They say that to truly understand the world, you have to be willing to look at it through multiple lenses. Today's guest does exactly that, literally and figuratively. He's a storyteller who refuses to be put in a box. Whether he's behind a camera, capturing the pulse of a story as a filmmaker, crafting evocative prose as a writer, or working the land as a farmer, he lives at the intersection of creation and cultivation. He's the voice behind the Still in Motion blog, a teacher, and a creative who understands that whether you're planting a seed or framing a shot, it takes patience, vision, and a little bit of soul. Welcome to the show, Nyaradzo Muchena. In this week's episode, we have a very special guest, filmmaker, storyteller, his all the works. We're going to go deep dive into his story, delve into his journey. Mr. Nyaradzo Muchena, welcome to the show.
Hi, Winston.
It's been a long time.
Yes, it has.
Thank you for making the time to come and see us.
Yeah, I guess I was overdue.
No, that's good stuff. Basically, to begin with, for the benefit of the viewers, as well as maybe my benefit as well, who is Nyaradzo Muchena? What does he do? What's he all about?
I am I call myself a storyteller.
Right.
Because when you're creative in more than one area.
Right.
And professionally, I'm a filmmaker.
Mm-hmm.
And within filmmaking, I write and direct.
Right.
I also used to do cinematography.
Okay.
Not so much anymore. Out of necessity, I guess, I produce.
Okay.
So that's me, the filmmaker. Once upon a time, I was a photographer.
Okay.
And now that's a hobby.
Okay.
Okay, in Zimbabwe, everybody does a lot of things.
Sure.
And we got to remember, filmmaking itself is it's not a fully developed industry.
Okay.
So I'm also involved in farming.
All right.
Yes. For now, let me stop there.
All right.
In terms of what I do.
Okay.
Who I am, it's a very philosophical question. I don't know why you're asking such questions.
Okay. I want to get to know you and who you. Okay. Basically, let's try and take it back.
Yes.
Like way back. What was your childhood like? Your family? How many siblings? What was that setup like growing up?
We grew up. Both our parents were lecturers.
Right.
At the UZ. Mm-hmm. So by the time I was born, they lived in Mount Pleasant, and I basically lived there till maybe my late teens.
Okay.
Right, with the exception of a couple of breaks. First, when my mother was doing her PhD, we went and lived in the States for a couple of years.
Okay.
By then, my parents weren't together anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Then in high school, I actually went and lived with my father. He was now living in Strathaven.
Okay.
Right. Then back to Mount Pleasant, and I never went to university.
Okay.
So I'm self-taught in photography. Was the first one.
All right.
We're getting out of my childhood now.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Let's go. Keep going.
So yeah, my first communications job was at a newspaper.
Right.
I worked at the Zimbabwe Mirror, which was it was a newspaper attached to SAPES. SAPES was, what was the SAPO was the publishing arm of SAPES Trust. Ibomanda.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of intellectuals there.
Right.
Real Pan-African ethos, whatnot. But it was good for me because I got there, and I think they took me on because I basically said I'm on attachment. Right. Which I was, even though I was self-trained.
Okay.
So I got film for free.
Right.
Well, I mean, I was shooting.
Okay.
I suppose there was a bit of a salary.
Okay.
But, so, in those days we were shooting on film,
Right.
and with any creative work,
Right.
practice is necessary.
All right.
Film
This
was
is
expensive.
for video or
No,
for photography.
photography.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
No. All right. So uh, that was cool. I think I did that for a year, but it was a very useful year because I got to shoot a lot.
Right.
And I guess I was at a stage with my skill where I needed to shoot
Okay.
a lot.
Right.
And every day was a different thing. You could be shooting street kids in the morning and then get a call and you have to go to State House.
Right.
It was all kinds of things.
Okay.
I was the only one there though
Okay.
who could fill a page because I had a column I would do. Eventually, they gave me a column. I would do film reviews.
Right.
I always had an interest in film. Photography for me was a stepping stone.
Right. To film.
To film.
Okay.
So I think once a week we'd go to Rainbow, and there'd be the film critics from all the newspapers. We'd sit in a room, watch a movie, and talk a bit. But really,
is that something that's still happening these days, though?
I don't know.
Okay.
We still have cinemas,
right,
and we still have newspapers.
But
so
whether
nothing stops us from having
critics.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I want to touch back. Like obviously you grew up with your mom and dad. You once went to the States, came back. But what would you say was your that first spark? That thing that got you interested in photography, in film, or basically in that creative side of you? What was it that sparked that?
I don't remember a moment.
Okay.
I'm sure around about Form 3 for certain, I knew I was creative.
Right.
I think whatever it was, writing essays or compositions in English and whatever, you get enough good feedback. Then I started writing poetry, and it actually looked like something. It actually felt like, this is interesting. I know definitely by Form 6 when was it? Lower 6, there was a workshop which was conducted at the Polytech. And I remember actually skipping school to go there. It was mostly on weekends, but then there was, for some reason, I had to go during the week. And it wasn't Polytech. It was just being held at the Polytech.
Okay.
It was an introduction to filmmaking.
Okay.
So I know certainly by... No. Sorry, I skipped. In Form 4, people started now having video cameras.
Okay.
And there was a friend who had a video camera.
Right.
Then my father got a video camera at some stage. And
okay.
I think I still have those VHS.
Okay, tapes.
Yeah. Messing around with it. I remember even borrowing a VCR from somebody's house and then getting in trouble with the parents because we were doing tape to tape editing.
Yeah.
And so everything was really old school for me to begin with.
Okay.
Because it was back then it was high tech.
It was high tech.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
So practically my first commitment to filmmaking was around then, somewhere between Form 4 and Lower 6.
Okay.
And I seriously considered not even doing A-level, because once I found out that in other countries you don't actually need to do A-level.
Right.
You can go, and then I wanted to go to film school and whatever. Then.
So could you say that was the moment that you decided to commit to it as a professional path going forward, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But would you say that you see things differently from other people in terms of being able to capture, whether it be a photograph, it be film? Do you believe that as creatives, there's a certain lens that we view the world that other people might not be able to see what we see.
Yes.
Okay.
And when I started, I had no idea
Okay.
that that was what it was.
Right.
I had a sense I was good at
Yeah.
getting a message across.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wide open to any
Creative
avenue,
yeah.
any outlet
Let's
for
say.
getting messages across.
Right.
So I said I worked in a newspaper.
Mhm.
That is effectively getting somebody else's, giving somebody else's message
Right.
amplification.
Giving it a voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I went into advertising,
Right.
where I was a copywriter.
Okay.
And that is lending your creative skill to somebody else's
Right. Story.
message, you
yeah.
know, selling their thing. So
Okay.
creativity for hire. But in terms of my own voice and understanding that I have a unique way of seeing the world,
Right.
that didn't come until much later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You were the DOP for Lobola, correct?
Yes.
What was that experience like? You know, what were the challenges that you faced during that production?
It was actually the first time that Zimbabweans used a DSLR for video.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because literally the previous year, while we were still working on the screenplay,
Right.
I knew Joe and Rufaro from church,
Okay.
and we were all in the video team at church.
Right.
Right. Then they brought the script one time. They said, we're doing a movie, whatever. I gave my opinions, and then we ended up working on it.
Right.
A couple of drafts together.
Mm-hmm.
Then when it came time to do the actual movie now,
Mm-hmm.
we were all invested, you know. So I was there. We do what needs to be done. So I
Right.
think I'm listed as one of the producers as well.
Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like anything you're doing for the first time.
Right.
You do it almost entirely on adrenaline.
Okay.
It's the excitement of, can we actually do this?
Right.
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 So in that time, you know, there was new technology coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And I got my hands on a camera.
Okay.
Right. I just happened to have enough money
Mm-hmm.
at the right time.
Right.
I already had an order
Mm-hmm.
for a different camera.
Okay.
And then when that particular one was released,
Okay.
the one I wanted, because there were technical differences in
Right,
whatever,
right.
the one I really wanted, when
Mhm.
it came out, I got it. It came, yeah. You know, when you say it's the first one in Africa.
Right.
I
You
don't
had
know.
it.
Of course, we tried afterwards. You know, I called Canon South Africa and I said, hey, we did a movie with the 7D here.
Right.
Is this the first movie shot in Africa
With the 7D.
with the
Yeah.
DSLR?
Yeah.
With 7D? And they're like, no. But I think that was their immediate response, because the first guy I spoke with,
Right.
that was his immediate response, was just like,
It's never been done.
No, it can't be Zimbabwe. No, it must be South Africa. South African is the one who was the,
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, if we put the dates and whatever, anyway, it doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
But
it is what it is. Yeah.
at the time, we were doing something with technology which was still new
Right.
worldwide.
Okay.
We felt we were part of
Yeah.
a wave. We are at the forefront of new things.
Do you think that hunger to explore new technologies to produce like good movies, like right now in Zimbabwe, do you think that's still there
Yeah.
with our current crop of filmmakers?
Yeah. I'm really excited by our, we call them current crop.
Okay.
Yeah. Where you've got multiple generations.
Right.
All at once. I mean, it's everywhere in society. Sorry.
Mm.
Everywhere in society, we now have much older people.
Yeah.
In spaces with much younger people.
Right.
With a concentration that wasn't ever there before. When we were growing up,
yeah,
you know,
you were
the spaces for youngsters were these, the spaces for elders were these.
Yeah.
And now everybody is
in that same space
together.
Okay.
right? Which increases competition, it increases, but it also creates new possibilities for
Right.
all kinds of things.
Okay.
And there's some kids stuff I see that just made me sound real old. Calling people kids.
Kids.
Yes, but they are kids. Okay.
Exactly.
No, literally. Look, if I'd had a kid when I left high school,
Right.
that kid would now be old enough to have kids of their own.
Wow. Now
Okay.
you just sold yourself out.
Yeah, no, but this is my reality. After I started photography on film before digital.
Exactly.
Yes, I finished high school in the 90s.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
so
Definitely.
that's my reality.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they are kids, but I'm enjoying
Right. What they're doing and
what everybody is doing.
right.
A challenge we have in this country is we haven't had our, especially the film value chain,
Right.
complete.
Okay.
So we still have a lot of older guys who are in the industry who could have been making movies, could have been making documentaries,
Right.
all kinds of things
Right.
over all these years.
Yeah.
How can I say? Tichine shungu,
Right.
right? Yekuita zvinhu zvataifanira kunge takaita
Takaita all these years.
kudhara.
Right.
Right. So you have a guy like me who's still getting ready to unleash
Exactly.
his first feature, his first
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Whereas just across the border, in South,
Right.
guys my age have gotten so tired of this
That they're not like
they've moved on, whether to a lower rate of production or other roles, much more administrative, much
more financing,
managerial, much
type
more
of
executive producer, whatever, you know.
Okay.
I mean, but we're artists.
Definitely.
You still have to keep producing as an artist, as much as you might learn about the business and the what.
Right.
The what. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So just pivoting a bit, in 2008, you represented Zimbabwe at Berlinale.
Yes, I did.
For a creative professional, how important was that to be on the international exposure? You know, redefining how you viewed your work, you know, and its place in the world.
Berlin, gosh, you're pulling out things from my mind. I'd forgotten where that filing cabinet was in my mind. Berlin, it was great. It was, I think there were 2 Zimbabweans there. There were supposed to be 3 that year.
Okay.
The other one was Patience Tawing.
Okay.
And so I guess that's where I first met her, and we've known each other over the years.
Right.
And you're in this environment where you're surrounded by filmmakers from literally everywhere. And so there's the talent campus takes place. It's like workshops and whatnot for young filmmakers.
Right.
On the sidelines of the Berlinale itself.
Right.
So you're just walking from one session, and across the street there's
something else.
You know, like a whole bunch of people around a red carpet. You look and you're like, what's going on there? There's Robert De Niro or whatever.
Oh wow. Okay.
You know, okay, but you don't. We didn't even have pressure. You know, yeah. Okay. Well, okay. Also, filmmakers, we make actors famous, right? So we don't get as starstruck.
Exactly.
We get starstruck with. I remember the one guy who was there was Walter Murch.
Okay.
He's he wrote the book on editing.
Wow. So you'd be starstruck with him.
Yes.
Compared to acting.
Yeah, no, I didn't care about it. They were, you know, it was a culture, because in Zimbabwe we also grow up just watching American movies.
Right.
So being in an environment where you've got filmmakers from all corners of the world.
Right.
Right. And then having workshops conducted by also filmmakers from everywhere, from Brazil, from Argentina, from Australia, from China. You know, there was who was it? Shah Rukh Khan. Right. Shah Rukh Khan showed up for a film. Okay. German teenagers were in the line for 2 hours in February in the cold One of them fainted when they saw Shah Rukh Khan in real life.
Oh, wow.
And for a Zimbabwean, that's like, wait, but he's not Tom Cruise, he's not whatever.
Yeah,
He's
who's
just
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So Bollywood has enough of a following in Germany.
Right.
This is entering my mind at the same time I'm being told things by Walter Murch and
Right.
all these people, and you feel things are possible
Right.
for you.
Okay.
Right. When you're, I suppose that's the thing with exposure.
Exactly.
Because you're in a room. There was an avid editing workshop, and you're encountering this technology
Right.
for the first time at the same time as a kid from the States.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you feel I can also do
the same thing.
yeah, and I'm doing better than this guy or what we're collaborating, we're talking,
Right.
everything's normal here. It's not like I'm a charity case.
And what does that experience coming back to Zim? How does that influence your work here and even like with your peers who might not have had that exposure?
Well, Berlin wasn't my first international
Of course.
experience in the film space,
Right.
even. And since then, there have been many others. And they always reinforce, especially those days.
Okay.
I needed that reinforcement that you can do it.
Okay.
You can.
Right.
I have issues.
Okay.
Okay. Issues. Okay.
Right.
And I guess I have the kind of outlook. I don't know if those trips developed it or nurtured it.
Okay.
Right. That whatever I do must be world class. Because I'm representing
My God.
yeah. Right. Yeah. There's no reason. Once you understand like the technical things,
Right.
there's no reason why my output needs to be any less than
What is international?
a kid anywhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. That's good. So you've worked both in photography, film. How does your creative process change when you're trying to tell a story like in a single frame versus 24 frames per second?
Still photography, which for me, like I said, now it's a hobby.
Right.
So I've gone back to having fun with it.
Okay.
My process doesn't change.
Okay.
I actually got into it trying to be a filmmaker, so I'd create very cinematic,
Photos.
yeah,
Okay.
fine art photography, which was very cinematic.
Okay.
And it's only maybe now that I'm rediscovering photography just as its own
Okay.
thing. But I find it all helps each other. And I write, like I said, I started doing poetry, right? And poetry and writing screenplays are very similar in that you are telling a lot with as few words as possible. Okay. So for your screenplay to be efficient, you need to communicate
Right.
without saying too much.
Too much.
Yeah. Directing. Oh, directing. Well, I'm still learning. I'm still learning everything.
Right.
But I've had to take story structure learned in screenwriting and apply it to shot design.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't in any book.
Okay.
It's what makes sense to me,
All right. At that time.
and now I can't unsee it when I watch a movie. Yeah, it's how I learned to.
So what was poetry? Was that self-taught? Was that something
Yes.
that was a passion for you?
It was an interest. It's all
Ah.
yeah.
Okay. Nice. Nice. So every creator has that period of burnout, where we create that the creative block, lack of inspiration. Can you describe for me a time that you felt that and how you managed to get yourself out of that?
No. maybe it's because I'm expressive in so many different
Times.
art forms.
Yeah.
So I can always pick up a camera,
Okay.
right, and take stills. I can find the right angle, the right light, the right reflections,
Right.
the right everything. So there's no creative block with photography
Okay.
for me. Ever. There hasn't ever been that.
All right.
There have been times, years on end, maybe even decades, where I didn't write a single poem. Maybe one poem a decade. I don't know. And then there were other times.
It was out of choice. Or I just like
I never considered myself a poet, so I never,
Okay.
it was only COVID. I sat down, I set myself a challenge of writing a poem a day.
Okay.
And there was a point where I was now doing it. So it's possible,
All right.
right?
Did you
And
publish those?
no,
You
no,
don't?
they're
Oh,
there.
man.
They're there. No, well, I put out a few COVID-related poems. I put
Okay.
them on my blog. I have
Right. Still in motion.
Yeah. Ish, yeah. Got into all the poems. And I didn't ever consider myself a poet, but screenwriting
Right.
is the one which I've learned the most
Okay.
formally. And what I've realized there is when you know how ultimately a writer's block or procrastination is the sibling, maybe of writer's block. Where that comes from is being stuck.
Okay.
And being stuck just needs you to stay in the room. Somebody said the art of writing is the art of keeping the seat of the pants to the seat of the chair.
Okay.
Right. Just stay, just keep looking at it.
Stick at it.
Deal with the issue
Right.
that is in front of you. The moment you go to check your Facebook,
That's it.
it's because you're running away
From that issue.
from what the issue you're trying to solve there is.
Okay.
So that's why I no longer believe in writer's block.
Okay. You can find your way around it.
You have to force yourself.
Find it.
Yes, either I'm being lazy or
Okay.
there's something in me I don't want to confront on the page.
Do you think Zimbabwean creatives have a good work ethic?
Yes. We work hard as a people,
Yeah.
and as filmmakers, it comes out just the same.
Okay.
Lobola, there was one day we shot for, if it wasn't 19 hours, it was 23.
Okay.
Right.
All day.
We were on set, yeah, and it's not the only production I've ever been on
That was like
that we ended up like that.
Okay.
There was even an international one we shot locally, and they got crew here,
that. Right.
and it went into the AMs. We got home quite late. It was So
Okay.
you don't get complaints getting into the way of doing the work.
Sure. Sounds good. So, but like building a career like in Zimbabwe, it comes with its hurdles. You know how our economic situation is. Gear is expensive. Just doing our industry is just expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any like creative hacks, to like shift your mindset in terms of coming up with resources to be able to pull off a production, so that we don't use that as an excuse to say that I can't afford the gears,
Okay. I've had to learn over the years to package creative solutions, and then I've done a lot of my own research and trial and error over decades, literally. But we do well to package solutions and be able to identify a specific market. Yeah, they gave me a whole certificate in arts management,
Okay.
entrepreneurship. I don't even remember the title of the thing, but a lot of times we need to learn to see what we do as a business.
Right.
And people say that without then following through on separating
Okay.
the production
Mhm.
from marketing, sales,
Right.
admin,
Right.
and finance.
Right. Mhm.
So yeah.
But because I've heard a saying that says, sometimes creatives can be too romantic about their craft that they then tend to forget the business side of it. Do you believe in that sentiment? What's your take?
Yes and no.
Okay.
A creative needs to be creative,
Right.
right? And the ideal scenario
Right.
for a creative who can't uh, separate themselves or who doesn't have the education in business or whatever
Right.
is to partner with
Someone who does.
someone else. So we readily accept that in the world of music.
Mhm.
Um, there's the manager. Who is the manager? And so
Okay.
you let the artist be the artist, and there's somebody managing the
The
business.
business.
So effectively, it's called the Rolling Stones business model.
Okay.
The Rolling Stones are a $1 billion, or they were a billion. I don't know now
Okay.
where it is. Right, $1 billion company,
Right.
effectively.
Mhm.
Right. Just watched a series on Netflix. Simon Cowell, he was putting a band together and
Yeah.
whatever, and you just see the number of people
We're involved in that.
involved in getting this piece of art to the market.
Right.
And then here, a lot of the time, we try to do it all ourselves without looking at the big picture and where we're involved.
Okay.
Whatever. So, and if a musician can have a manager and understand that this whole company effectively
Needs to run.
is surviving, the band,
Yeah.
surviving on my talent.
Right. Why not other
Yes,
creators?
what's with us as whatever we do, graphic designers.
Yeah. Photographers,
Right. Yeah. But yeah, then I have to put on my business hat, and then you take it off, and my creative hat, no.
Okay, so that's cool. In terms of mentorship, right? You've taught photography at the National Gallery at some point.
Yeah.
What's the one thing that you see in young creatives that makes you optimistic, and what's the one thing that you think they're missing or they lack these days?
Young creatives are in a very globalized. They're coming up
Right.
with a really strong sense that they're part of
The global village.
Africa.
Yeah.
And the world,
right,
to a lesser extent, but especially Africa. So I really enjoy seeing the interactions on online creative spaces between creatives from different countries. So that's an opportunity they have inherently, and they don't have any excuses. They aren't making any excuses.
Right.
Yeah. Older people, we're the ones who came up when there were so many more barriers. So we're still struggling with the idea that we don't need anyone's permission.
Yeah, you can just do
it. Yeah.
No, I get you. So at this stage of your journey, how would you define a successful project? Is it the technical perfection? Is it the audience's reaction? Or is it the personal growth that you felt during that process?
Number one is effectiveness of communication.
Right.
Number two, I guess, would then have to be within effectiveness of communication. I would say that's only achievable if the story is told well.
Okay.
So storytelling for me, above everything else,
is very important.
Yeah. Production quality and whatnot, we really don't have excuses anymore.
Right.
There's absolutely nothing to stop us with the equipment we have in this room right now from making something which can be on any platform
Right.
the world over,
True.
right? And can be comparable and can be, people can see it and say, yeah.
This is good quality.
So I think or early on, maybe I put too much emphasis on achieving a certain production quality, but then once that was second nature to me, and I spent more time learning storytelling, script writing, I discovered that now everything else serves the story.
Okay.
Everything else
Has to
only
serve.
exists to get a story across.
Okay. All right. So, in that same vein,
Mm.
with the rise of AI, the new technologies, the digital frontiers, where do you see the soul of African storytelling heading in the next decade?
African storytelling exists within the context of African society.
Right.
And African society is in transition. We're really having to make decisions about our place in the world.
Right.
I can see a rise in self-love, right? We're identifying a lot more with our Africanness now. And we are connecting as Africans across the continent.
Right.
Our politicians are having to create solutions for us themselves. What's happening in the rest of the world
Right.
with the rise in what they call right-wing, whatever, nationalism and everything is forcing everybody to sort out their own things in their countries.
Right.
And just the sheer population pressure in Africa means we're having to look to ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah. So African artists, our role within that whole movement
Right.
remains observing trends and suggesting course correction.
Okay.
Socially, I struggle with where our society is. A lot of it, I think, is really an identity crisis.
Right.
When people relate more with worldviews coming through social media than through your own window.
Right.
There's a point it either has to break or we're going to disappear.
Okay.
As people.
As a people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. And then maybe just to cap it all off, if you were to go back to teenage Nyaradzo, who's picking up camera for the first time, what's the one piece of advice that you would give him?
Why just one?
Well,
I'm sorry to answer your question.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Basically, so that he doesn't stop creating, what would you tell him? Yeah.
It's an impossible question to think about what I would do differently if I could.
Okay.
But what I can tell a youngster today is learn how to sell.
Okay.
Not just how to create. Okay.
Right.
I wish I'd done more of that.
Okay.
Right. And perhaps part of my problem was looking too much outside the country.
Right.
Learning from creatives and filmmakers outside of Zimbabwe, because I was now aspiring to reach their standards, but within an environment which doesn't have the handover that's there. Where the artist does their thing, then they hand it over to whether it's the curator in a gallery or a producer or somebody else. So you end up not just learning, it's wasting time
Right.
learning your craft.
Okay.
You're also learning other stages of the business process
Right.
that really somebody else would have been better off
Mm-hmm.
learning those.
Okay.
The other thing I needed to learn early on was to embrace the totality of myself.
Right.
Right. Bring it all to the work. Stop censoring myself. Stop. Um, it's only now that I'm comfortable making a Christian film.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I had no problem having Christian characters in my
In your
films, but
films.
dealing with issues of the heart, the real
Yeah.
yourself as a
Faith,
person, what you
whatever.
are.
Yeah. What you're going through. Yeah.
Yeah, because there wasn't that example. It's funny how a lot of times you start making films, and the first films you want to make have deal with just purely social issues, or then you have people coming with their agendas, people whoever's funding it.
Right.
Nothing wrong with saving the environment
Right.
or wildlife or
Yeah.
climate change, whatever,
Yeah.
but figuring out early what it is that you want to say
Right.
is important.
Mm-hmm.
And then spend your time doing nothing else but saying that.
Okay. No, I think with that, Nyaradzo, thank you so much for the interview.
Okay.
I think it was brilliant.
And it was short.
Well, we're trying to keep it short, sweet, and digestible. But I think a lot of people would have learned quite a bit from your story. Yeah, I don't know. Do you want people? Do you have any socials where people can follow you? Where people can?
My socials are. Maybe you can put links under this one, because I don't have the same handle.
All right, everywhere.
Right, so I don't even know them. Some of them, there's underscore, there's what.
Okay,
yeah,
no, it's
so
fine.
Sorry.
You can give them to us,
Sorry,
and then
but
we'll just put them
This
up.
is my name.
Nyaradzo Muchena.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's a D, Nyaradzo D Muchena.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah. Man.
We appreciate your time.
All right. Great.
Great stuff.
Thank you.
Cool.
Mm.